Imagine a future where luxury is no longer defined by beachfront villas in Dubai or penthouse apartments in New York, but instead by domed glass hotels on the surface of Mars, where the wealthy elite spend their evenings sipping champagne while watching two suns set over the red horizon. This vision, once confined to science fiction, novels and Hollywood blockbusters, is inching closer to reality as private space companies, architects, and innovators begin to explore the idea of building the world's first luxury hotels on the red planet. By the year 2080, Earth's billionaires may not be competing over yachts and skyscrapers anymore. They'll be racing for reservations at five-star Martian resorts, each one promising an experience so otherworldly that no earthly destination could ever compare. To understand how this future could unfold, we have to start with the basics. What does it even mean to build a hotel on Mars? Unlike Earth, Mars presents extreme challenges: temperatures that drop to -80 degrees Celsius, a thin carbon dioxide atmosphere, radiation from the sun, and frequent dust storms that can last for months. Yet in these obstacles lies the opportunity for the most futuristic, cutting-edge hospitality experience humanity has ever imagined. Architects are already sketching designs for massive glass domes that could house luxury suites. With panoramic views of Martian landscapes, entire entertainment districts beneath protective shields, and even artificial skies created with holographic projections so guests never feel too far from home. Imagine checking into your suite and seeing an endless desert of red sand stretching out before you, a landscape so alien that even the richest beaches of Earth seem ordinary by comparison. The suites themselves would be designed not just for comfort but for survival. Oxygen-regulated rooms, climate-controlled interiors, and walls lined with smart materials that adjust to the outside temperature in real time. But this is luxury we're talking about, so it doesn't stop there. Guests would be treated to zero-gravity spas where instead of swimming in pools, they float in shimmering orbs of water, suspended in mid-air while looking out at the planet's canyons and craters. The dining experience would redefine fine cuisine. Imagine sitting down to a 5-course meal where every ingredient was grown in futuristic hydroponic farms right inside the hotel, crops cultivated under artificial lights that mimic Earth's sun, and chefs crafting dishes infused with flavors never before tasted on Earth, all while robotic waiters glide silently across the room delivering bottles of vintage wine imported from Earth at astronomical prices. The entertainment packages would be unlike anything else on Earth. Guests might book a guided rover tour across the Vales Marineris, a canyon 10 times longer than the Grand Canyon, or sign up for a night in orbit around Phobos, Mars's tiny moon, where private glass capsules would allow couples to gaze down at the planet below. Luxury would no longer be defined by exclusivity alone. It would be defined by distance, by the sheer impossibility of the experience. Who else but the ultra-rich could afford to casually vacation 140 million miles away from Earth? And that brings us to cost. A single night at one of these Martian hotels might exceed $10 million, a price tag that makes even the world's most expensive penthouses look cheap. And yet, for the billionaires of the 22nd century, who already own every earthly indulgence imaginable, the allure of being able to say, "I spent my honeymoon on Mars" would be irresistible. The journey to Mars itself would become part of the luxury package. Forget commercial flights, these hotels would partner with private space companies to offer ultra-luxurious spacecraft, complete with suites, gyms, and fine dining, turning the 6-month journey into an interstellar cruise unlike any other. Guests would arrive not exhausted, but pampered, ready to step into the most extravagant resort humanity has ever built. Now let's talk about the technology making this possible. Radiation shielding would be essential, so hotels might be built partially underground, with luxury suites carved into Martian cliffs and connected by glass tunnels that give the illusion of openness while keeping guests safe. Artificial intelligence would run every aspect of the experience, from managing oxygen levels to anticipating guest needs before they even ask. Robots would replace human staff, greeting guests in the lobby, carrying luggage, serving drinks, and even offering personalized concierge services powered by AI that knows a guest's preferences better than they do. Every detail would be designed to make the impossible seem effortless. Imagine walking into your suite and the walls themselves adjust the lighting to mimic a Paris sunset. Or the floor turns into a heated marble surface as you step across it, or a holographic projection window lets you switch from a view of Earth's oceans to the real-time Martian landscape outside. Entertainment would include immersive VR theaters where guests could experience the history of space travel from Apollo 11 to the first Mars colonists, or even step into simulated environments of Earth's greatest cities recreated on Mars for nostalgic comfort. And for those seeking adventure, luxury spacesuits would be available for guided excursions onto the planet's surface, where guests could walk across red dunes, collect souvenirs of Martian rocks, and capture Instagram moments unlike any other in history. But the story of luxury hotels on Mars isn't just about the wealthy elite. Their existence could actually fund the colonization of Mars itself, just as luxury travel on Earth has historically funded infrastructure and exploration. From the early ocean liners to modern airlines, the billions poured into Martian tourism could support the development of habitats, energy systems, and food production that would eventually make Mars accessible to ordinary people. In other words, billionaires staying in five-star suites might accidentally pave the way for everyone else to follow. Yet we can't ignore the darker side. Who will control access to Mars? Will only the rich and powerful get to enjoy this new frontier, while the rest of humanity remains trapped on Earth? Will Martian resorts become playgrounds of the elite, where the gap between rich and poor is no longer measured by income but by planets? And then there's the environmental question. Do humans have the right to reshape Mars for our entertainment? Will luxury tourism destroy the fragile Martian ecosystem before science even has a chance to study it? These are questions the future will have to answer. Still, the dream is too powerful to ignore. The first luxury hotel on Mars will not just be a building, it will be a symbol, a declaration that humanity has extended its reach beyond Earth, not just for survival, but for pleasure. And perhaps that says something fundamental about us. That no matter how far we travel, we bring our desire for comfort, status, and beauty with us. Picture the marketing campaign, Mars where luxury is out of this world. The images practically make themselves. Champagne flutes floating in zero gravity, couples dining under the glow of two suns, billionaires clinking glasses while watching Earth rise in the distant sky. For the wealthy of tomorrow, Earth may simply become too small, too crowded, too ordinary. Mars will be the ultimate status symbol, the final frontier of indulgence. And while critics will call it wasteful, extravagant, even obscene, the truth is that luxury has always been the driver of innovation. From air travel to smartphones, what begins as indulgence for the wealthy often trickles down to everyday life. Perhaps one day the descendants of those first billionaires will not just visit Mars. For vacation, they will live there, in cities that began as hotels, in communities that began as resorts. The first hotels on Mars will be more than just destinations, they will be the seeds of humanity's future among the stars. And so, when you imagine the future of luxury, don't just picture the tallest tower in Dubai or the most exclusive island in the Maldives. Picture yourself walking into a grand lobby under a glass dome on Mars, where robotic concierges greet you, where gardens bloom under artificial sunlight, where the view from your room is not of a beach or a skyline, but of an alien world glowing red beneath two tiny moons. Luxury, in the end, is not just about comfort, it's about possibility. And on Mars, the possibilities are endless.